Good morning, everybody, and good afternoon or noon to you in the into the East Coast, and some listeners still in the Mountain Pacific time. Good morning to you also. This is a new episode 18 of Let's Draw on Something with Craig Smith. I am your host, who was born and raised in 773, relocated to 901, and suffering like a motherfucker in the 256. I'm joined with co-host with your boy, live and direct. He's full in effect. Jimmy JSmoove, born and raised in 901. He represents 832. Y'all know how he do. And if y'all do, bless your heart, and that's good for you. Today, man, we're gonna be talking about some loyalty in sports. After the latest DeMar DeRozan debacle, and what and give our takes on that. Also, we will answer viewer questions and everything. That's why I say this is a no holds barred edition because hey, we're gonna be saying some names on here. So we're gonna be saying good things and bad things. It'll be the truth. The truth is gospel. And Craig comes clean. And no, it's not the part two of what I want to talk about on Jimmy JSmoove's podcast. This is something different. So without further ado, let's welcome in my boy Jimmy JSmoove. What's going on, Jimmy?
What's popping and what's dropping, man? I'm just ready to get these topics on the road, man, and had a great work week. You know what I'm saying? Stayed a little busy. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good, man. So first things first, man. What do you think about the DeMar DeRozan debacle to go along with the Kawhi Leonard situation, and how do you think that trade is turning out in your personal opinion?
I don't know. I mean that was kind of a big shout out to Ticket TV anyway. I kind of see why he's not sold on or whatever it is Samari Ujiri, whatever his name is, right? As he would say, Ujiri. But I think Ujiri made a fuck move along with ownership because I could see if he had to trade somebody like a Serge Ibaka and a couple first round picks for that. Oh, and by the way, the Toronto Raptors' new coach is named Nick Nurse. He was a former head coach at the University of Northern Iowa. Nick Nurse is the new head coach of the Toronto Raptors. So you can do a little Wikipedia Google search on him, Jimmy. But I think Ujiri couldn't answer the question on that. I don't know what to think on that. I'm kind of neutral about that. But now, you got Kawhi. I'm saying it loosely. Kawhi talking about he wants to go to Brooklyn. Let's just keep it 1,010 here. It's his uncle that's doing all the fucking talking. And if I was Kawhi, I'd stop sitting there on the sidelines like a fucking mute and learn to speak up for himself. Because I mean, dude is a good player, but I mean, hey, tough it out up there in Toronto. You got a good cast. I mean, you got Kyle Lowry, you got Serge Ibaka, and you got a damn good bench. Whereas with DeRozan, I mean, yeah, he said he don't want to play at San Antonio either. I mean, look at the support cast he got. He got Marcus fucking Aldridge, Paul Gasol, Manu Ginobili, and Patty Mills. So I mean, that's why I said I'm neutral on it. It was a fuck business move, in my opinion. However, on the other hand, I mean, it may pan out well for DeRozan better. Now, my only problem is with DeRozan. I agree with Skip Bayless. Come playoff time, he don't show up, and he's getting ready to be coached by a guy that ain't gonna give that really don't give no fucks about how you how you like to play. You gonna play it his way or don't play at all.
Yeah.
So and meaning people, Greg Popovich ain't gonna tolerate them half-ass mechanics of DeMar DeRozan, and that's my only hang up. When he's in playoffs, he doesn't show up. That's why I said the Toronto Raptors is just like and I said it before. They're the Kansas City Chiefs of the NBA. They have good ass years and shit, good ass regular season. They come playoff time, they can't play worth a shit. So and DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, they fall in that same, they swallow in the same category. But I mean, the East now is still wide open, and they favor Boston because now they signed Marcus Smart to a $52 million deal for 4 years, and I think he deserved it. He needs to slow down the damn offensive foul, and kind of take some weight off of him. And work on his outside game, you know. But you know what Toronto did, man, it just shows there's no loyalty in sports. And people, it's not just there's no loyalty in sports, there's no loyalty at your employment either. There's no loyalty in your family. You know, anything can happen. And when Jerry he didn't, if you watch his press conference, he didn't apologize to DeRozan. He gave a half-ass explanation, which I've said on here, as my old man would say, an explanation is nothing more than an excuse. And he basically just gave an excuse. So I don't know. I mean, we'll just see how it goes. But the one thing I was shocked about with OKC, when they basically, even though Carmelo had a no trade clause in this thing, they traded him anyway to Atlanta, and in return, OKC got Dennis Schroeder. So you're gonna have a point guard that don't shoot, who still walking around who look like an old Looney Tune character with the Bobby Brown haircut.
That motherfucker look like a Tasmanian devil with a Bobby Brown haircut, singing "Humping Around."
And then he's gonna be playing alongside Russell Westbrook, who would basically just fuck up a coach's offensive game plan, regardless, and George Paul. So, and then they got some cash in return. And then Atlanta basically hurried up and put Carmelo on fucking waivers. I mean, you got a shot to get shit. I mean, looking at who Atlanta got, who the fuck they got? They ain't got nobody of value. They basically back in the Stone Age.
But here's the thing, though.
You know, but then they said, I'm gonna cut you off. But then they said that they're gonna put Carmelo on waivers so he can go to Houston.
Yeah, and that will work very well for Houston, because even though Carmelo is not a consistent outside shooter, he does get to the rack and he can get people in foul trouble. And if DeMarcus Cousins is not 100% healthy, then they can still cause some problems for the Golden State Warriors, because Chris Paul is a driver. When he ain't shooting all those bricks, he's a driver. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think with Carmelo Anthony, if he goes to Houston, that's going to be the best thing for him, because he takes a lot of shots to get to his 24, 25 point a game average. However, James Harden and Chris Paul, between them, career-wise, average 6 and 7 assists between James Harden and Chris Paul is a 10 assist a game guy. So he's going to get a lot of buckets. He's going to get a lot of looks at the basketball. So if he fits into that system well, Houston could be very dangerous, and that's including for the LA Lakers.
Mm-hmm. So I agree with you there. And then you also have to factor in the fact Carmelo's past dealings with Mike D'Antoni. You know, when D'Antoni was up in New York, he was trying to get Carmelo to play one way, and Carmelo basically wanted to do what he wanted to do. And then I think the buzz around the league was D'Antoni felt that Carmelo kind of costed him his job there. You know, so really, I don't know about that. You know,
he got Mike Woodson fired as well.
Yeah. Hell yeah. He really had no business getting Mike Woodson fired at all.
Because
Mike was a damn good coach, man.
Mike Woodson brought the defense as well to the team. He kept the D'Antoni system in and implemented defense, and the Knicks played very well, but they ran into a brick wall versus the Indiana Fakers and shit like that. So, you know, Carmelo, you know, the question is, if he comes to Houston, can they mend their broken spirits that they had together? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the question.
You know, but Carmelo in that D'Antoni system with Chris Paul at the point and James Harden having the ability to have the assist numbers, and that's the reason why the Houston Rockets set an NBA record for 3-pointers last year, in the regular season was because those two guys dished out a lot of assists and stuff like that, and that gave a lot of teams problems. When you get a lot of your three-pointers off assists instead of you just jacking up threes, that's a difference than when you do a Stephen Curry, imitation Stephen Curry, for lack of a better term, imitation Stephen Curry and lose the game for you. Because please know, and this is no diss to Stephen Curry. I love Stephen Curry. I'm not a Golden State fan. Let's be clear. But I love Stephen Curry. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of respect. He's a family man and stuff like that. But when people try to play imitation Stephen Curry, you lose the game, because Stephen Curry does a lot of other things. As I said for years, he does a lot of other things than just jack up threes. You know, if his shot is off, only thing Steve Kerr tell him to do, he's like, man, you know, like play, you know, let the game come crazy. So what he does little things like go to the rack, jump, put up mid-range shots. And when Klay Thompson does the same thing, you know, I'm not a Golden State fan, but I give props where props is due. They do other things. And then when they get those little shots coming in, they get those little 6 points going to the goal, those little 6 points having that mid-range shot. Guess what? That's when them threes come bumming away. So you got to take those away from Stephen Curry. If you don't take away the easy baskets, those crazy crazy shots that a lot of people say he takes, but he can do it because he's Stephen Curry. It starts raining in threes and stuff like that. But Houston gets their 3-pointers on assist and stuff like that. That's a whole nother thing in itself. So if Carmelo can't play with Chris Paul and James Harden, I don't know what to tell him. He need to go into retirement and get ready for the Hall of Fame. That's all I can say about that one.
Yeah, and I agree. And damn, what I was getting ready to say about Atlanta. I mean, if Atlanta really having their hopes and building their franchise around Trae Young, all I gotta say is this: bless your heart, go buy yourself something for Christmas, because that's hopeless. So, you know, I agree with you on that there, but you know, like I said, you know, hey, the DeMar, I call it the DeRozan disaster. That, you know, I mean, I don't even watch the NBA as much as I used to now, but it just go to show you there's no fucking loyalty nowhere, dude. None. And like I said earlier, there's no loyalty in sports. There's no loyalty. It's not just sports. We just talk about people. And let me put this disclaimer in. My Let's Draw on Something show, we just don't talk about sports. We talk about real life shit. Okay. We ain't gonna talk about Trump, because only time I'm gonna say this, the only time I'll talk about that motherfucker is if they breaking news and say, hey, he's impeached. That's the only fucking time I'll talk about it. I mean, I tell a buddy of mine that, look, when we talk every morning, he say something about Trump. I said, look, dude, do not fucking talk to me about Trump. I don't want to hear shit about Trump, period. Unless he's getting impeached. Yeah, I roll with you on that. You know? No, but on our podcast and I know Jimmy J, he talked about his sports and entertainment stuff like that. And we also talk about real life. So loyalty, you know, I think loyalty really shows show the character of any person, whether a man or a woman, really. And you know, you have some loyal folks at your job, and you really have some disloyal folks at your job. You know, to quote Ray Liotta on one of the best mob biopics ever, Goodfellas. They come in smiles. Disloyal, you know, he said murders come in smiles, but disloyal people come in smiles. They can be your friends, they can be your family members, they can be anybody. They can be your boss. So I think when it's all said and done, I mean, Ujiri and Toronto ownership was some disloyal motherfuckers. And I mean, Ujiri really earned my ire when he fired your fucking coach of the year, Dwayne Casey. So it's a lot of there's no really right now in the real world. Loyalty is a dirty word.
I totally agree with that because yeah, there needs to be more loyalty out there.
I can barely hear you, brother.
Can you hear me now?
Nope.
Hold on for a second. What is going on here?
Because it sounds like you're whispering.
Does it sound like I'm whispering?
Mm-hmm. Well, you got the volume down or something. You got something disconnected on your thing.
Hold on. close to it. I am trying to. Hey, just talk until I get this situated.
So, well, while Jimmy is getting that situated, let me give some shout outs here. My road dog, Brittany Carroll, she had to send her son up. She had to send her son up there to the up there to be home, so to speak. You know what I mean? You're too young, too soon for him to be gone. She hates the fact that she had to bury a child. And like I said on here, no parent should ever have to bury a child, whereas a child should have to bury a parent. But she did thank not only myself but Jimmy JSmoove, both of us, for the prayers and condolences, and she did appreciate that advice. So that's better, brother. Woo! But yeah, she did appreciate our advice, and again, our condolences to old Britt Carroll.
Bobby, was dropping. Is that
better now? I was just yes, sir.
Okay.
What had happened, bro?
These snowball. I'm bringing it closer, the mic closer to me. My snowball mic closer to me, so that it can be hit or miss. So and I think that the cord got unplugged and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but shout out to Miss Britt Carroll. I hope everything is all right. That's a hard thing to swallow right there, outliving a child of yours. So if I do have any children, I don't want to ever feel that feeling outliving my child. Hell, I don't even want to outlive my nieces and nephews. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's the same apply for me, man. I mean, because if I ever have children, I mean, I don't want to have go through one where one dies and stuff like that. So, I mean, but yeah, like you said, that is a hard pill to swallow. Death to any family member is a hard pill to swallow. Let's see, Jimmy. We got some viewer questions here. We'll get right to grab them right fast. Let's see, because I jotted down my notes here with all those sketch references and stuff like that. I got them. Okay. All right, brother, you ready?
Let's roll.
All right. First viewer question, and I'm not saying real names, just saying initials. Comes from LJB in Memphis. They said Jimmy J and Craig. Okay, it said Jimmy J and Craig said, I recently heard your show when you guys were talking about basketball. And the subject about Penny Hardaway will always come up from Jimmy. Who do you guys think? And they also said, Craig, with you being in Huntsville, but we know maybe Jimmy keeps you in the loop at times. L wants to know who, in your opinion, Jimmy, will be coming out of the city as a number one recruit in the Memphis area.
Well,
and they also asked me who do I think, but see, my answer will shock everybody.
So he's talking about prep sports. So who's going to be the number one recruit? Pretty much the kid out of East, James Wiseman. He's actually, as a matter of fact, James Wiseman is the number one player in the nation right now, according to multiple sources and stuff like that. Most of the reliable sources. He's the number one recruit in the nation. And Kentucky is looking at him. John Calipari is looking at him. James, stuff like that. But Penny as well is he's really trying to get James Wiseman, because there is a strong possibility with James Wiseman that Penny might not. That might be one of the guys from East he might not get. He's already solidified with Malcolm Dandridge and shit like that. And also, what was that? The Chandler, I think it's Chandler Lawson. He's at Oak Hill Academy. So he went on and went to another school. He's won 3 straight state titles, but so he went on to Oak Hill Academy which Oak Hill Academy is already loaded as well. But East is like the
Oak Hill gonna stay loaded with talent.
Yeah, because they get talent everywhere. With private schools, there's not a particular school zone. In a lot of states, they don't have school zones with private schools. With TSSAA, it's a hit or miss thing. You know what I'm saying? If you transfer to a private school, you have to do this and do that. I don't know the exact rules, but the TSSAA got a lot of fuck shit rules. But but speaking of which, James Wiseman to me is the best player in the nation. So he has to be the best player in Memphis and stuff like that. My only issue with James Wiseman, and I saw this during the state tournament game, is he gets in a lot of bullshit foul trouble. To me,
So he's like the Marcus Smart of high school. He plays wild. He kind of reminds me of Marcus Smart getting into bullshit foul trouble. And with because I've said it on here at one point. They did say Marcus Smart led the NBA by itself in offensive fouls than the whole team. Then all the NBA teams. He led Marcus Smart led the NBA by himself in offensive fouls.
Well, if you want to put it to you like that, because he is a center. He's 7'1". He just grew a couple of inches the last couple of months. He was listed at 6'11", but he's now 7'1".
Mm-hmm.
So people want him. He's a good guy. He needs to put some meat on his bones. He's like 7'1", 220, 230, 250. He's not big at all. So he need to add a little bit, 20 pounds, not too much pounds. He don't want to get fat like Shaq, but he does have game. He's a good rim protector and stuff like that. But he just gets into ticky-tack fouls. And if East didn't have Chandler Lawson and Malcolm Dandridge, they probably would have lost a few of those games. But of course, East is so loaded, especially with Penny Hardaway and the Binghamton area, and being that Treadwell High School is no longer in existence. Mm-hmm. They're so loaded with talent out there in that part of Memphis that they can lose one of their best players and still be good. You know what I'm saying? So I think with the question, to answer the question, I think James Wiseman is the best player, not only in Memphis but in the nation right now.
Okay, well, I have to agree with you on that, but I'm finna tell you who I think will be in the near future high prospects and coaches gonna go after. My great nephew, his name is Caleb Brooks, and he's 14, so I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he's in the 8th or 9th grade right now, and he's gonna be playing ball for one of the schools out in Horn Lake, I guess. His mom, big shout out to his mom, my cousin Stacy Brown. Sweet Stacy Brown, one half of the best sisters of all South Memphis, the Brown sisters. I think she posted a video. I think it was like last year when he was playing. The kid got game, man. Because he got, I would love to see him live and in person. But but looking at a couple of videos that she put up. And he had some on his Facebook page too. I mean, the kid got game. So it was one game. I mean, he had a crossover, man, that made one dude just sit there and just think, what the fuck just happened? He's got a nice shot. He distributes the ball well. He's not like one of these motherfuckers that, excuse me, let me sorry, Caleb, let me rephrase that. He's not one of these guys. Okay, I didn't call you that, Caleb. Craig didn't call you that. Okay, so I apologize, but he's not one of these. He's not one of these guys that always want to maybe a highlight film. Okay, he's not a Chris Dunn type. Like I said, Chris Dunn, he can be his knock on him, and I've knocked him plenty of times on Twitter. Like, dude, you be wide open for 3 and you're passing. Caleb gonna take that 3-point. All right. So, excuse me. So, I mean, he got a good outside shot. I think the only flaw to his game is his defense. And, I mean, and his intangibles is good for what I've seen in the highlight film. He's more, I'm put like this. his basketball IQ, his basketball IQ is there for a young man his age at 14. So I look for guys like and if anybody, I think he's more suited to play and to be recognized at a mid-major school. You know, and I'm just saying this. I don't want and I'm calling out all the coaches out there. Whatever school he commit to, whether it's U Calipari, whether it's I'm gonna say it. I don't even like Duke, but I wouldn't mind Caleb go play for Coach K when he gets older. Because Coach K gonna let you play your game. He gonna let the game come to you. And that's the one thing I like about Caleb, my great nephew, man. He lets the game come to him. And he's a very selfless player, you know, because he's not like the Russell Westbrooks or anything like that. You know, if he's getting his ass kicked in the game, hey, he's gonna make his other teammates step up. So and I see he has some leadership qualities in him as well. So that's gonna be that's a future recruit to be looking out for. I mean, and his style of play is more suited for a Duke, Tom Crean in Georgia, or here's a name that'll shock you. Kermit Davis would love to have him with his skill set. You know, if Kermit Davis will still be around at that time. I would say, and I'm pretty sure maybe his mom and dad and his mom and everybody would like him to play for Calipari, but for me personally, I don't, because Calipari Calipari is known to fuck up somebody's game, i.e. Anthony Davis. So, and you used to hear a whole lot much about Willie Cauley-Stein when he was in Kentucky, but now in Sacramento he ain't doing nothing. He didn't let Karl Anthony Towns be himself. The one thing, my knock against Calipari is Calipari wants you to play his style of ball. He wants to program you to play his way. He don't want you to play your way. It's like it's a sin. So, whereas Jimmy J said James Wiseman is a recruit to look out for. My future recruit to look out for is from my own family, man. Caleb Brooks. So when you hear that name down the line and you see his game, you'll know. And Caleb's skill set is suited for like a motion-based team. Not no dribble drive based team, none of Henry Iver, Coach K, Mike Bray motion type offense.
And that's why I hope James Wiseman do not go to Kentucky. I mean, I know it's his world right now in terms of recruiting, because he's the number one guy and he's like the third player out of Memphis. We're really the fourth player in the last 30 years to be number one in the nation. The first being Richard Madison in the 80s. You know, anybody who's old enough to remember, then Penny was number one, even though he did not go to the McDonald's All-American game. And the guy from ECS, the little Haitian kid, he was ranked number one in most recruiting things. So if he's maintained that number one position, I think sky's the limit. But I think he should stay at Memphis. You know, get coached by Penny, and do your thing at that point.
All right, we answered that for old brother L. I forgot his name, LQJ, whatever it was. Now I just call him LJ. Next question. This comes from old Democrat worker. I know who that is. From Memphis, Tennessee. They want to know from the both of us, whose asses that we wanted to kick out there and why? When we were working there and why?
Well, there was a number of people asses I wanted to.
Okay, but old Democrat worker, we're gonna do Jimmy J and I, we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna break down that top five and then we're gonna put one honorable mention on there. So I'm gonna let Jimmy. Well, I'm gonna say what I'm about to say on my top five, my honorable, and one person on the honorable mention, while Jimmy J can formulate something. From top to bottom, there were several rampages whose ass I wanted to kick. Number 5 is a short fella by the name of Neil King. Big shout out to Reggie Watkins. That's it. That's his buddy. Neil, he was very slick in his ways and a lot of shit. Sometimes, Neil, and let me put it like this. Neil was one of the motherfuckers, man. You just wish just like some time. And you just have to ask yourself, hey, you just want to ask Karma, what's taking you so long with this motherfucker? You know? He was one of them type of guys, and he would do slick shit. He was, I don't know how he carried himself as a person outside of work, but professionally, he was a dick. He was a dick. He was very selfish. He was immature, and his tact level was at the level of piss. Okay, that's number 5. Number 4 goes to old rap agent by the name of well, we kind of mended fences that before he left back in 2013. Zach Cook. He made it, when I first started working over on Night Side at International. I mean, he kind of made it known to me. He really didn't like me, and he had no form of tact no whatsoever. Hell, my dogs got better even though my dog's gonna be a dog regardless, they have a better form of tact than he does. Than he did at the time. And he would always, if he had a problem with me, he never came to me. He would always go to my pops. So, and then when confronted about it, he would always, as they all the old saying about how, hide your hand after throwing a rock. He would always tuck his tail in between his legs and then hide in the bush. So that's how he was. I've said this guy. I've talked about how this guy was before. David Snipes is another guy. I've talked about him. Like I said, because of professional reasons. Personal reasons, I said about how the fact that, he didn't show me any form of respect when my father passed away, since they were so pretty much cool, I guess. Number 2 goes to a guy by the name of Sean West. He used to work for the LCK flight, and he became a manager. And Karma finally caught up to him when his feet got fucked up. He lost damn near, and he's walking around with basically half of 2/3 of a foot.
Ugh.
So I put it like this because they said a third of his toes are gone. So yeah, about basically 2/3 of a foot. Somewhere around the toe area is gone. Sean was a motherfucker, man. I mean, if I had to pick a hand, he would have caught my right. He would have caught my left. Because that's where how you twist the saying, if the right one don't get you, the left one will. He would have got that work put in by me on several cases because he didn't, he really didn't know how to talk to anyone. He was rude. Now as hell, he was rude, and now I see why his I think he was married at one point. Now I see why his wife had left him one time. He like I said, Sean, he was very rude. Sometimes he carried himself as a phony, and he claimed his birthday was between January and March. So I give and take March. I think he said his birthday was in March. So them Pisces people, I said, you wish wash as a motherfucker. Them Pisces people's a wish washing. Okay. But Sean, he almost got that work put in several times. He raised his fucking voice at me, and I had to reprimand him like he raised his voice one time. I said, nigga, if you ever raise your fucking voice at me to make yourself look good, you ain't gonna have a voice to raise when I get through with you. And I told him that in the manager time, and I said, and it made so bad, the manager was sitting right there when I said it. I said, I don't give a damn if you tell you, man, if you tell her or not. I said, I mean it. If you want to try me, come try me. And number 1 on my list, Jimmy, a guy by the name of Carlos Maxwell. He's the ramp agent for GDL, but for international, I think it has Las Vegas now, and that's over. And he's over there in Way Shack 37. And Carlos wasn't gonna get his ass kicked. I'm gonna tell you this one particular instance. Carlos at one point was about to get his throat cut by me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And here's why. Pops and I, we got into it about something. Now, and people, the general rule of thumb, and see, Fred said he may be a comedy show, but hey, when him and Lamont argue, him and Lamont make a good point when somebody want to interfere with them talking. You get your ass seriously hurt if you involve yourself in a family argument. Okay? This one particular point in time, Pops and I, we got into it about some shit or whatever. And you know, I dismissed Pops. I told Pops, look, man, look, man, you need this, you know, hey, dismiss yourself with that stupid shit you talk. So, and I remember Pops told me to go fuck myself. I said, no, maybe you need to go fuck them hoes you got on the side or whatever, shit like that. This was Carlos's, and see, that right there was Carlos's opportunity to stay the fuck out of it. He was an outsider. He's an outsider, okay? This faggot-ass looking motherfucker who at one point told me and said something about, that's why I can't even talk about CJ. That's why you can't never keep a girlfriend. I told him, I said, nigga, I get more pussy than you. I said, hell, I'll never see you with no woman. Or you never talk about no woman. I don't know. I'm questioning your orientation myself. But anyway, this motherfucker had the nerve to tell my father, and I quote, hey, Smitty, hey, sometime when I look at CJ, I said, don't, you know, look at CJ. I be saying to myself, damn, I wish Smitty had just went on and nutted in the toilet so he could flush. And Pops agreed with him. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck you just say? Talking about, you heard me. I said, you should. I said, brother, you need to stay out. And they're going to tell me, man, go and have my face. And Carlos talking about, go and have my face, CJ. I got every right to say this and that shit. But no, Carlos is a fuckboy. And like I said, he would have got that work put in for me, dog. Because hey, I put it like this. If I had to cut his throat, I wouldn't be doing no podcast today. All right, because he's about to get that work put in. You know, he will always involve himself in shit that don't pertain to him. You know, like big shout out to my boy Herbert King. I'll call him Pastor Herbert King. One time, and I don't know if I told this story on your podcast or mine. One time, man, Herb had put in a bid, to be a Rampage. And the old fuckboy manager, his old former manager is Eric Richardson, James Eric Richardson, who was I'm laughing because he got fired. He got fired on some very good circumstances, and I'll share that story later. He asked Carlos and another guy what they think about her being a Rampage. So Carlos put the thing in talking about some. He called in too much. We need him here. He be calling in too much about what's going on with his kids and his wife, so we need him here. So my pops had told me about that. He said, hey, man, don't go back and tell Herbert that and all this and this shit. And I look at it like this here. I don't believe in holding back no information that's gonna fuck over a man's livelihood, dude. So when I went back and told Herb about it, hey, Herb went on ahead. I think he went on because somebody wanted him to work a full-time offload. He went and told offload manager that he had got a tip from somebody about what was going on. And hey, manager Herbert put that paperwork in work. He said, I need Herbert to start now, effective immediately. I think about 2 nights later, said he needed him now. And then all that was they fucked him over from that Rampage spot so they can bring back one of the Golden Boys in. So yeah, that's my top 5 in a nutshell right then and there. And an honorable mention, this goes to one of my pops' friends, Ronnie Bowen. Not to be confused with the Southside High School Ronnie Bowen. This Ronnie Bowen was entirely different. Ronnie was a partner of my pops. FedEx Ronnie, he a Rampage. He's okay, but he has some little fuckboyish ways himself that I don't approve of, and I even told him that shit too. So I just told him, I said, hey, Smith's friend or not, they ain't gonna stop me from clipping your ass. I had to let him know, I said, man, if you ever get permission from my dad, put your hands on me, I'm gonna knock you on your ass, and I'm gonna turn around and knock him on his ass for granted. So he gets. I told him that. So he gets an honorable mention on that shit. So Jimmy, I'm pretty sure you may not have a list, but if it was there two people in particular or one that you want to knock the fuck out of?
I'm gonna start off with a dude named the first motherfucker. It was a dude named Solomon. Uh, uh, Black guy, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Old head. He was in the military.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like this motherfucker because he kept on poking at the bear a lot. Every time I seen him, he was like he kept on poking at the bear. So I remember one time, dude was fucking with me, and I'm like, dude, bring your ass on. I squared up at him. I'm like, come look, bring your bitch ass on.
Mm-hmm.
So he still had beef after that, but he kind of thought twice before he started fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? But it got to the point to where, man, dude, we almost got to throwing blows. Um, it was another cat. It was an old bald-headed white guy that I worked at with in what's that? The northeast area. I
Northeast
can't think of
input.
it off. Northeast input. Yes. It was a white boy. I wanted to knock his motherfucking ass off, and it was something real stupid because he got bad because I talked about his Indianapolis Colts, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is when the Colts and Tennessee were rivals. I'm just fucking with him. It's sports, man. I'm gonna talk shit about my team when it comes to sports. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But this motherfucking lame ass, this lame ass fool got mad because I was talking about his coach. So I'm like, look, bitch, I knock you straight up in non-con for real, for real. So, my homegirl Verlene Stevens, shout out to her and her family. She broke the shit up and told me, he was like, man, uh, stay away from dudes. So, that's one of the dudes. I can't think of that motherfucker name, but he was a straight bitch. Um, it was another white boy. It was the old white dude that was the safety dude, old Colonel Rev looking motherfucker. I can't even
Him?
think of that.
Not him, dude. The one with the glasses?
That Colonel Rev looking motherfucker. I almost
It,
got the jack with this bitch ass motherfucker.
now you know it's two of them, right?
It was the short one.
Okay, I thought you was talking about the other tall one, man. No, not him, man. He pretty cool.
Nah, the
Cause
tall one. Cool. If you're talking about the tall one, he's cool, but the short one,
yeah, the tall one with the bald head and wear the glasses, he pretty cool, man. I thought I was like, no, don't talk, not him. But yeah, the short one, oh yeah.
Yeah, because I remember one time I was leaving for work one time, man, and because I was on my way when the before they build up the entire before they build up the Air National Guard, we had to go out either on Tullahoma on Democrat, but not the National Guard way that they currently have right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going back to the I can't even think of it, but it's the play, it's the way you exit that way. As I was exiting, this motherfucker wrote me up at that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He wrote me up at the motherfucker. So my manager, who was Yvonne Rice,
Shout out to her.
Shout out to her. She's retired now at FedEx, but she told me about I had an incident with the safety guy, the safety guy, and I told her, I'm like, can you read? I'm like, this happened over here. So I was gonna get, I think I gonna get a warning letter, and I think it lasted for about a year or two, right? 6 months to a year. I think it lasted up to a year. But anyway, I had to tell her, I was like, he wrote me up right here. He didn't write me up in the outside of the safety area. And he put it down like a dumbass, so she got that taken care of real quick.
Oh yeah.
And two motherfuckers, I may as well put them two right together. It was a punk ass motherfucker named Russell who got my homeboy Kenny fired. Shout out to my boy Kenny. And there was another coon ass female, her light skin, bed wench ass.
Damn.
Two motherfuckers responsible for getting my boy fired because Russell used to fuck with my boy Kenny all the time. So man, my boy Kenny, he was like, man, it's like, look, this ain't 1960. This ain't the 1960s, motherfucker. I hope beat your ass. So what happened was he didn't even touch this dude, but he was going to touch the dude. What happened was this bitch, fat ass, light skinned bed wench, Bunny Ruckus Manny, went on and went to Ken Tucker, who was the managing director at the time of our particular area and a couple of other areas. She went to Ken Tucker and she dry snitched it on my dude. So I put them both together because they the biggest, them motherfuckers I wanted to whoop her ass. I can't even think of that bitch name because, you know, I'm getting old. I'm getting old timer. So, yeah, forgive me. I know I'm young, but it can happen. But yeah, these two motherfuckers, Russell and that light skinned bitch, fat bitch, them motherfuckers are two hit lists that I wanted to whoop ass. I wanted to whoop. I wanted to slap the shit out that hoe when I found out she snitched on my dude. And she just fucked with people. What made it so bad? This coon ass tap dancing, shucking and driving ass. Deep throat, ghetto gagging ass bitch.
God damn, Jimmy. Hey, you breaking up on your mic, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry, dog. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, this bad wench ass bitch, she snitched on my boy. Said he put hands on when actually he didn't even put hands on this motherfucker. But what made me so mad was nobody else would cover for him. You know, and he told me because he's an honest dude. You know what I'm saying? My boy Kenny, I know he's a real honest dude. You know, he keeps it 1,010. So this bitch, you know what I'm saying? This bitch snitched on my nigga, man. Dry snitched on this nigga and got him fired. But the good thing was Kenny made FedEx give him a payout. You know what I'm saying? A payout in a retirement settlement. So
I take it that let me guess, and I take that settlement was 6 figures.
Yeah, it was right around
okay. You're good. Hope he ain't fuck all that out.
Not only that, he has retirement. They gave him retirement on top of that because he had to go to a lawyer, and FedEx was like, shit. Well, we don't have we you know. They looked at what they told him. This is what they told him. They told him she is uncredible because she has a history of lying on people. You know what I'm saying? The people at corporate, and he was gonna get his job. He started to get his job back, but the fact that he's in his 50s now, because he was fired right around 2008, 2009, so he was approaching his 50s at the time. So you know, he was like he wanted his job back, and FedEx was like, no, but what we'll do is we'll give you a settlement, and then we'll be eligible for your retirement once you hit 55. So he's currently drawing retirement from FedEx as we speak. So
okay, you got any honorable mention or one?
There's so many people asked I wanted to whoop up there, it was ridiculous. So I can't think of them all off the top of my head, but I knew those particular motherfuckers because FedEx was a place where when the heat is on, man, you want to stop there.
And it's kind of funny you should mention it. By the way, my number one, Carlos, yeah, he is he does have some buck dancing, shucking and jiving capabilities as himself.
Now let me ask you this question: is this the same Carlos that had that fucking perm?
No. Carlos, Carlos wore he stayed having his hair like in a sometime either in a ball fade or sometime he'll have it tapered, and he walked around like he was like he was buffing like he hit the weights a little bit. He was kind of built, but you can tell by looking at him he got the toughness of he has the toughness of water.
Okay. Because I knew those.
He's just a to me, Carlos to me, like I said, he does have his ways, but since he involved himself and he said what he said to me, involving himself in a family argument. I just maybe narrowed down the fact that maybe he was even pissed off because of the fact that he's the product of a different woman. Same dad, different woman, I guess. I don't know. He's just a obtuse person. And what I found out from a buddy of mine by the name of Toya, not saying her name, he had the nerve to step up to her sister. Yeah, good luck. They asked me, did he have any fucking luck with that? No, he didn't. So, and when she told me about that shit, about how that happened, man. I mean, I just go to show you that the man don't have no form of respect to nobody. Because he lost my respect as a man in regards to that in general. Because when he stepped up to a sister, not only he stepped up to a family member, he stepped up to somebody's wife and mother. Okay. Because if my mom was working up there and he had stepped up to her like that, bro, I would have got fired that day. I mean, Jimmy, I know you feel like that, man. Your mom's working something like that, and motherfucker step up your mom's and shit, talk shit to her. Damn, hey, you feel the same way too. Shit, you better lost your fucking job that day, bro.
Oh yeah, man. Most definitely, dog.
So he lost. Yeah, he lost mine. So Carlos lost my respect. He lost a lot of man career for that shit. So this back dancing, buck dancing, backpedaling, shucking jive, wanna be ass. Next question. This comes from a gentleman in Texas by the name of Rocky. He's from Austin, Texas. And he wants to know, hello, Craig and Jimmy. I recently listened to one of your shows. I was talking about one of you guys' shows lately. You talked about in the part about Memphis. He said my family and I are planning coming up there next month for the Graceland festivities. I would like to know, what restaurant do you recommend other than the ones there? I can answer that for you. Willie Moore's restaurant in downtown Memphis. I've never been, and Willie Moore, big shout out to him. He's a schoolmate of mine. He graduated class '97. From the reviews I've read on Google and everywhere else, he has 5-star reviews. So if you want some good food and shit like brisket, barbecue, I know he serves soul food, wings, and all the other shit. If you want to have a break from the barbecue and stuff like that, Willie Moore's restaurant is the place to go. Now, when I do go back to Memphis, hopefully sometime before the end of the year, I am going to go to that restaurant for the first time. And from what I hear, and from my understanding, man, it's one of the best. So make no bones about it. Anybody visiting Memphis, you tired of that same little hustle and bustle of all these beer pubs, these pubs, bar and grills, and all this shit that had these waitresses that have new boyfriends every day and whatnot. If you want to go to restaurants and down home cooking soul food and all this other shit, Willie Moore's restaurant is one, and another restaurant that was featured on the Travel Channel. And a big shout out to Sean Banks from A1 Security, because his father was interviewed on a future episode of Travel Channel, 4-Way Grill. So those are two restaurants I do recommend. Anything else? I mean, if you want to spend your whole retirement on a plate of Rendezvous, be my guest. But if you want to go to a restaurant that's cost and pocket friendly, Willie Moore's and 4-Way Grill.
It's a number of restaurants in Memphis. Memphis is not short of any restaurants. Tom's Barbecue is one. If you're looking for barbecue, Neely's, Corky's is not bad.
Yeah, but Rocky said he looking for something. He looking for a restaurant that other than barbecue. Other than barbecue.
Oh, okay. Other than barbecue. Okay, shit. I mean, anyone on Beale Street, pretty much it will do as well. I mean, they're not short of restaurants, so
But I did refer him to two good ones though, Willie Moore's and 4-Way Grill.
Yeah, you in Memphis. it's no different than Houston, pretty much in terms of restaurant. Houston may have a little bit more options than Memphis, but because it's a bigger city, of course. But with restaurants in Memphis, you'll run into a good restaurant in Memphis on accident. I mean, that's me being there for like 27, 28 years. So you'll run into one on accident. I've walked inside places that were just damn good restaurants. So you'll never go hungry out there. Trust me. And
Yep.
and then you probably just need to use the Uber Eats apps if you don't feel like driving around Memphis, because Memphis can be as well. So if you don't feel like driving, use the Uber Eats app in Memphis. I'm pretty sure they got it out there.
Yeah, most definitely. Shit. Okay. But yeah, Uber Eats. Like I said, hey, Willie Moore's Four-Way Grill, Uber Eats. Like Jimmy said, if you want something, if the wife or the kids want some barbecue, he recommended good barbecue restaurants for you guys. But if you just looking for something all around, Rocky, Willie Moore's a Four-Way Grill. So, I mean, you're gonna get, from what I understand, you're gonna get your bang for your buck with Willie. Big shout out to him, by the way. All right, Jimmy. Next question here. Damn, these kind of like some of them FedEx related questions and stuff like that.
Go ahead.
MCO holdover from Memphis. This question is directed to me. Said I listened to your last week's episode, and you had said something, and you mentioned something about your manager being Tam Davis. Said, what is your honest opinion about her, and what were your positives and negatives when you last worked with her? Oh, positives. She has a couple of negatives, but I'm not going to dwell on that. Her positives: energetic personality. She cut straight to the fucking point. She reprimanded my ass plenty of times, a couple times. And this is the reason why I like Tab, as I mentioned, on that department. She don't do it in front. If she gonna reprimand you, she's gonna be a woman. She's gonna be a grown up, a grown adult with some tact, and do it to you to your face, one on one. She don't believe in her audience, cause like she ain't got so pissed off. Well, I'm not gonna get in the story about it, but she got pissed off with me about some things, and hey, we cleared the air on it. But when we had, because they say when the manager say, "Hey, I need the weight check," I got to talk to this person or these two people here. That means keep your motherfucking ass out the weight check. Period. She had to cut some motherfuckers out for when they wanted to come in and do something while she and I was talking, and then she thought I was disrespecting when I looked at this one person just come in. And she like, what? And then when we both was looking at this one young lady, talking about why y'all look like. I said, man, we in the middle of a meeting, and she specifically told you don't come into the weight shack. No, well, I thought we was having pre-work. Tab bust out, told the young lady, no, get the fuck out of here, just like that. She didn't mean no disrespect. It just go to show you and see. And I'm gonna say this: she can't stand when a motherfucker don't want to follow directions. And she like me on that shit too. You got a problem following. If you got a problem following directions with her, you don't need to work for her.
Exactly.
And that's how. And then see, that's what I like. That's not a bad thing that on her on that part. And she does and like I said, she has a very damn good display of tact. And I'm gonna give you an example. And man, she put me on blast privately once, and we were straight. I'm not going to detail the incident about that. She put me on blast once, and we was through. She basically put a whole work group on blast. Yeah, I was in it, but it didn't have nothing to do with me. Because see, she got tired of all these motherfuckers talking about some they're gonna be getting all these cars. Talking about, oh, I'm gonna give me a car so I can do this and do that. So. And I remember this real well because she did this to the FLL flight with the FLL flight folks and her folks when she had MCO at the time. So right now, when I last checked, she had ORD, Chicago. They're more, the Chicago flight, they're more they're they're less bullshit friendly, meaning they don't be with the shit like them damn Florida markets. These Florida, the Florida markets like NCO, FLL, Tampa, Miami, and all other shit. You got to be very specific in what the fuck you want them to do. And if you work at FedEx, don't work at Mega Hub on them flights at all. Period. Done. Stay away from the Florida flights.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it from us, we know. She had basically, and I remember the pre-work real well. So she told me, I need everybody. She told me, said, Craig, tell everybody to come in here for all this pre-work. She said, cause I said, okay. So I said, and then everybody wanted to bullshit around. I said, hey, tell them y'all come in to pre-work, man. She told me, tell y'all stop bullshitting around out here, coming here for pre-work. One dude said, man, Tab ain't my manager. I said, well, okay, well, tell her that, but she still needs to come to pre-work. And she heard the dude, by the way. She got on all these dudes, but to get to the point of the story, man, she got on everybody. And the way she started pre-work up, she said, okay, if you currently driving the car, raise your hand. A whole bunch of motherfuckers raised their hand. I raised my hand, but at the time I didn't have a car. I drove Pastor's truck and sometime now. She said, okay. Now, show of hands, who all got their driver's license? No motherfucker raised their hand except me. Except me and two other dudes and three other guys. She said, okay. She said, reason why I did this because y'all asses walking around here. She said, when y'all always talk about y'all interested in driving the tub and stuff like that, and then when it comes to time when I schedule the class for y'all never have no driver's license, but y'all be talking about this car y'all drive. She said, I'm telling y'all this. Y'all got, and she gave a deadline. She said, y'all got until, just say like if she had a pre-work on a Friday, she tell them, y'all got until Wednesday to come up with y'all driver's license. Because if you don't, something said, because if y'all don't, y'all going to the input. Enough said. No, I don't hear no bullshit or nothing. She said, because I get sick and tired of y'all always talking about y'all want to make some extra money. Time for extra money to rise and come up. Y'all went out. Y'all ain't got nothing. So I'm giving y'all a certain amount of day to get y'all driver's license. Say, if you think I'm playing about me sending y'all to the input, come on, try. Just like that. And guess what? Some of them called her bluff. Others went and got their driver's license. Said she did that as a test to see who's gonna do this and who's gonna do this and do that. Because see, the moral of this was this. When it comes to rise time, you need to get in the class so you can make some extra money. When one of the drivers out, you're gonna have to drive. You're gonna be trained on it. So she wanted to make sure everybody had their shit. Now her only negative was she had two. That's why I said she got more positives than negatives. She got two negatives. She catered to young people too much, and she would do some fuck shit on her own, like she did me one time when I had a DC-10 and MD-11 class.
Yeah.
Okay. Now them classes, I think they were like Monday through Friday. All right. So that basically counts as a work week. So you had to sit down for 2 days, and then you had the hands-on for 3. Okay. So by right, my training schedule is supposed to be Monday through Friday.
Right.
She pulled some fuck shit with me and told me, well, with Thursday being your off day, don't come to class on Thursday. Matter of fact, no, it was 4 days. It was Monday through Thursday. Friday, I would have came into work, and Saturday, by right, you supposed, regardless if your day fall on the middle of the week, you supposed to take that Saturday off. They supposed to give you the Saturday off.
Yeah. She
had me coming into class for DC-10 MD-11 class Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that pissed the instructors off, and the guy in charge of the instructors, he was like, okay, his off day is Thursday. He still was gonna get paid to work week, and then he could have went on in to help somebody else and get their little time and a half. And see, he even figured that shit out. So they knew, and that's bad when the instructor and his boss knew she was pulling some fuck shit, you know. So I had to go in there. Go ahead.
No, I said, go ahead, go ahead.
So I had to get so instead of me just going by right doing that shit that fucking Thursday, don't get out of the way. Then Friday we came in, then been off Saturday. She had me just not show up to work that Thursday, come in that Friday and do it. Then turn around, had to go back and do some fucking work. Had to go in and do work on my regular shift and still had to come in Saturday. But the real story was this. She let another guy, a young dude in the same class as I was in, do his shit Monday through Thursday. He came in Friday and was off fucking Saturday, and I had to come in Saturday. And I'm like, bro, I said, yeah, that, and I told her I said, I said, no, that was some fuck shit you pulled me right there. I said, but I said, okay. But I'm gonna tell you what I did though. I called in on her ass and said,
yeah.
So she was mad as fuck about that shit. See, you can't out slick the slipper. So that's my only knock on her, man. But other than that, she does have some good qualities, man. And then like was that back in 2013? I think it was 2012 or 2013. One.
Yeah.
Cause PC 2012. Cause like I said, my off days is Thursday, and Pops had to go to the VA. So she had texted me. She said, you come in on your off day to work, right? I was like, yeah. He said, well, I would. I said, but I said, I gotta run my Pops want me to run in the VA. Which one I don't know. Because you got two VAs in Memphis. You got the one on Rains Road, which is the one he likes, and then that shitty one downtown. I said, because if I gotta take him to the one downtown, then I won't be in. So she said, yeah, that's cool. That's understandable. But then when I told her I had to, I said, no, well, he got to go to the one on Rains Road. So she said, yeah, well, come on. But she said that was understandable. So she's understanding. Like when it comes like with family and shit like that, she real understanding about that shit. And then also she had called me on the phone. That time it was another instance. Possibly went to the VA, and then the man had a damn heart attack when he was leaving out. When he was getting ready to hit 240, getting ready to head back to South Haven, man had a heart attack. Get out of here. Come on, man. Get out.
That dog.
My bad, y'all. Yeah.
That dog, the Beverly Rose's dog in the backyard, man. His ass always.
Yeah, she always barking and shit. So, I mean, but like I said, that instance, I mean, Pops had a heart attack. He was getting ready to get some gas. Get ready to hit. He was getting ready to get some gas, so he can go and put in the tank, so he can get ready to go ahead, pick me up, and head back to South Haven and whatnot. And he had a heart attack, and he had to take that man back. So when I had to go out there with him, hey, she called me and found out how he was. I was like, okay, that's he's pretty good. So they wanted to keep him overnight, but then they said it wasn't that severe to keep him overnight. So she said, okay. So and then she's like, well, you go Craig, if you need the day off, you need tomorrow off, and 10 to that, you can take off. So that's why I said, she was cool, man, but don't, my duality is this. Don't let her fuck you over and don't fuck her over.
Yeah.
If you working with her, take that advice. If you're going to work with her, take that advice in mind.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and a lot of times managers test you out there to see how far they can get away with. That's another thing about FedEx. FedEx, they got a lot of managers that test you. Even the coolest managers can tend to test you. But I done got cool with my old manager, Victor Origi. Shout out to that brother. I don't know if he's still out there at FedEx, but he's a Nigerian guy. But he used to try to test me, and then when we knew our boundaries with one another, then we got real cool. He's still a Facebook friend of mine. Shout out to Victor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think when you said funny, you said that it was a manager on that side, a guy named Abdul. Cause he talk like this. And he's from South Africa. And that man, That man funny as shit, man. That man told me and the Rampage I told you about this Pops' friend Ronnie. He said, "You want to know?" He said, "You want to know? You want to really know what will make a black man go crazy?" And he said, "What's that?" He said, "Have two women living in the same house with him."
Shit.
Bro, how the hell?
Oh yeah.
Bro, hey, he ain't lying, dog. He ain't lying. That ain't never happened to me, but man, when he said that shit, I was like, ooh, damn. Ooh. Man, he wasn't lying though. Abdul King, that's his name.
Yeah, Abdul King. Yeah.
Abdul King, that was his name, because he had the fuck what? He had the Fort Lauderdale on Nice Side, which is a little bit lighter than the one on Days.
I know who you're talking about because he tends to turn that African voice off on and off, but you have to really listen to him sometimes.
Yeah, because he'll speak his native roots, he'll speak his native tongue, and he'll speak plain English without the accent. So so like an actor, you know, like what's his name, old boy from 18 Years a Slave. He speak good ass English, but then when he speak his native tongue, it's fluent. So
yeah, Vic the same way. Vic will talk 1 minute, and then when he talked to his dad and his mom, he started talking. Europe out there. So yeah, he does his thing, man.
okay. One last viewer question here comes from Coco Ivy from that's a screen name. Coco Ivy from Pensacola, Florida. What are you and Jimmy JSmoove's thoughts on hanging out with coworkers?
Make sure y'all cool with them. That's the best answer you can give to anybody. Make sure you're cool with them. Otherwise, you're just asking for a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm. And also the set, and I mean it's a two-part question, but I'm gonna go ahead and answer that first one. The second part of the question is, and do you guys highly recommend it? Well, to answer that first part question, like what Jimmy JSmoove said, just make sure you cool with them. I agree. Make sure you cool with most of them, and try your best not to don't try so hard as to be cool with them.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of be yourself. And do we recommend it? I'm going to tell you honestly, from my experience, I don't, because I've had several instances. I mean, well, one coworker, big shout out to old coworker, big shout out to him, Jason Thomas. He invited me to his 30th. No, not his 30th. He turned 20 back in 2016. He turned 20. He said his 29th birthday party, because he invited me because he had invited me before I left for Huntsville. I mean, yeah, when he invited me, you know, several people that I work with, they came out, they were glad to see me. And, you know, others that failed to not come out there, you know, he had told me at one point, he said some folks that come out there, they said when they found out, yeah, Craig was here, they're like, oh, well, it was two bitches. I'm just referring what they are. It was two little bitches that didn't bother coming because I was the reason why. So whatever the fuck, so that was some fuck shit there. And you know, and Jason felt that was an insult about it. You know, others they couldn't make because hey, they had to babysit, they want to spend time with their girlfriend, the kids, or a wife or whatnot for that matter. But like I said, for me, I'm neutral on it because sometimes I'm not everyone's favorite cup of tea. Cause like one guy, big shout out to Munchie Hampton. He was leaving when we was working the SK together. I caught those craps how he was with me as far as work wise. Not gonna get any detail about that. But when he had bidded out to go work for Heavyweight to drive the forklift, all of a sudden, the has agent, she had put a little get together for him to have a dinner all the TGI Fridays and just invited certain folks. And I'm like, well, fuck, I didn't get the invite. So I was like, I wasn't too worried about it. And to me, and I was gonna say this from experience, I've never been some coworkers' cup of tea because I don't have a nice house. I don't have a car with rims. I never fucked some broad they knew from the street or that was holed up in the house for a while and all this other shit, let alone I have numerous children by different women or anything like that. And let's just keep it 1,010. I ain't never ass kissed nobody. So that's why some folks didn't hang with my ass, and I choose not to hang. Like some folks were like, well, and then like one girl asked him, Craig, why is it you don't hang out with your coworkers? That's because I don't ever be invited. With the exception that one time my boy Jason invited me to his little birthday party he had over at his house. And that's the one time, but other times I've never been invited. Well, and his big brother's housewarming out there in Olive Branch, I was invited to that. So I take that back. I was invited to 2 things by them. So big shouts out to Jeremy and Jason Thomas on that. I mean, they had more balls to invite me somewhere than the other folks did. But other people's though, man, they, I was just flat out being honest. I just wasn't, some people's cup of tea to invite. They didn't know how I am as a person. Just because I don't, and the way I look at it like this. If your interests outside of work or inside of work don't align with your coworkers, then you're an outsider. I mean, so that's the way I see it. So, and I have met some good people, and just getting off the tangent here, I have met some good people out there. Like I said, my late father, he had his he met some good people. He also had his little loyal band of mutts that followed him and a couple of them never cared too much for me as well. And really, I don't give a fuck. Hey, that you my pops friend. You ain't gotta be a friend of me. And that's how I felt. So, but Coco, I recommend you do. Jimmy and I, we both recommend you do. However, be careful who you associate with. And if you're not invited to an event, don't invite yourself.
Agree 100%.
So, all right, let's see. Oh shit! Let me cover this one class. This one was for you, Jimmy. Let me find the question. Damn, I ain't put the person's name down there, but the question was, Jimmy, when you were at FedEx, did you ever, and with the it's in regards to the FedEx training instructors. Did you have an instructor that you liked, and what is your opinion about them?
Repeat the question because you went in and out on me, sir. Unfortunately.
Well, okay. It says something about and I jotted it down. I guess I'm trying to reword it how it is. They want to know from you, mainly the questions talking from you, and I can answer on my end on that as well. They wanted to know from you, and I failed to get this person's name. This person wanted to know when you were out at FedEx and whatever, and when you had your training class or the class was there an instructor that you liked or you didn't like? If so, why?
That's a hard one to answer because I never remember the instructor, unfortunately. So yeah, that's kind of hard that's a hard one to answer though. So.
Okay. I like a guy by the name of Cammy. Now he's a manager over the instructors now. Because he taught Airbus and he was very thorough. He was very patient. Because 10 years ago I had to take Airbus class and I was working 2 jobs then. I was working security and I got off at 2. So I came home, got ready, kind of took a shower, laid down. And I remember he said that the class was gonna start at 6. So he said, be here at 5. So he said, be there at 5, be there and be up at main screen around by 5:30. So I fucked around, took a nap, and I looked up. Next thing I know, it's 6 motherfucking 15. I said, oh shit. So so I got up, yeah. So I got up, washed my face and everything, went and took the class. He wasn't mad about it or nothing. And I'm gonna tell you another instructor who doesn't get mad about this shit either. Guy by the name of Little G. He very understanding too. Cause he said he ain't gonna hold that against you.
Yeah.
Cause man, I was like, woo! And I came in there and I found where they was and shit. So I had to so he said, hey, just call me and I'm gonna have one of the guys from the tug come pick you up when you get the main screen. I said, okay. Told him where I was. They was out there. And oh man, Cammy picked the perfect spot to have that fucking Airbus class. I call it the deep out there, gate 762. And let me refer to everybody why I call it the deep. Because when it's cold and you got that overpass on Airways, you get off the Airways entrance, like you get like, and you make that right turn, you going toward FedEx, because you got entrance of Norris Road and Airways. You get off on Airways.
Yeah.
Boy, and that traffic just whizzing past, and then you got that wind coming at you. The low temperature could be 20-something degrees at night, brother. You might as well subtract 15 to 20 degrees from that default temperature now when you out there at the deep. Boy, you talk about somebody's ass was woke. I was woke. Shit. So, and he understood, man. He said, yeah. I said, I'm doing good. And I slept, and I was like, oh, snap. He said, no, I'm not going to hold that against you. So I got to get caught up on a lot of stuff. Because I had to get caught like with the mate and the belt loader to the because I think that was our test day. We had to make the loader. We had to do open everything up. We had to do well before we open up the door. And I'm explaining to you guys what the pre-check is going to be. So if you're taking a Airbus class, that's for all classes. Airbus, Big Bus, 777, 757, and all that other good stuff. They're going to tell you to do your pre-trip first. Make sure your locks work, this and that, yada, yada. I passed mine because there was one lock that needed to be fixed. And he hurried up and got maintenance on that before the night shift started, day shift. We did a pre-check trip. You had to make sure when you open the door, all the lights is on, stuff like that. Put your belt guards up for the loader. No, you had to make the loader up first. Then when you get halfway to a point, you got to put them belt guards up there by the door so that can come on up and whatnot. And then you make that load. Then you make the loader on up. You made it up perfect. Then you pass. You do this and that. Then you got to do it all over again. Then you say, okay, now back. Now close it up. This and that. So Cammy wasn't there. Was a very good instructor to me. And I forgot who was my MD11 DC10 MD11 instructor. He was pretty cool. He shot the shit with you. I'm gonna say a name here, and he probably hear it. Y'all wouldn't be surprised. He blocked me on Facebook, and I'm gonna say this. Gentleman by the name of Calvin Doherty. Great guy, and I'm gonna say this. I ain't saying nothing bad about you. If you take something the wrong way, I got an email. And I'm gonna share my email at the end of the show, and you can message me on Facebook about it, and we'll let alone. Don't pull a punk move by throwing the rock, by tucking your tail between your legs, hiding in the bush after you pissed in somebody's yard or something, or throw the rock and hide your hand afterwards and talk about it in bed on Facebook and then block it. I don't play that. Just email me, or if you have a problem with what I said, email me or inbox me. Cal was a good instructor, but he rubbed me the wrong way on a lot of shit. It was like how he would talk to people. One time when we was in 757 class, okay. Young lady was in the military, and she had to come to the class, and then her commanding officer was pulling the crew, telling her, well, hey, you may have to come in for a couple hours because we got to get ready for this and that, whatever. She wasn't getting ready to deploy at night, whatnot. just getting all the stuff together. So when the guys get ready to deploy, you know, you do the paperwork, filing, and all this other shit. So we went on break. See, Calvin pulled some fuck shit. He has some little fuck shit rules.
Yeah.
If you had like a 5 or 10 minute break, if he gave you a 10-minute break, he considers you late if you came in at 10. Okay. Trying to think what else he would do. Cause this one girl, like I said, this one young lady, she was on the phone with her commanding officer. And he come bust out some talking about some shit. I don't know what other girl is. I said, well, she on the phone with the commanding officer. I'm finna hurt your ears a little bit, Jimmy. He started doing some shit talking about some hello. Yeah, that shit there. No, I wasn't doing you. He did that little rude shit with the girl. Hello. So I went like this. I said, she's on the phone with her commanding officer.
Damn.
You know, and I really think he doesn't have any respect for people that served in the military or that are currently serving in the military or has served in the military. Because when I did that, and you know, when she explained, she told me, she said, my bad, my commanding officer told me if you want me to do some time out. Well, your commanding officer, and he said, and I quote, well, your commanding officer on my time. He can wait. No, fuck that. Military don't have to wait on you. He can be at times he would always insult folks. And then and I'm gonna tell everybody this, don't have that man for a tug class, dog. Cause that motherfucker will fail you if, like, some people, they don't mind if you drive with one hand or whatnot. Like, I mean, because everybody out there that's driving too. Matter of fact, everybody in general, whether it's you on the street, that's your job, whatever, you driving with one hand.
Yeah.
This man wants you driving too, because he talking about if he catch you driving with one, he'll fail you on the spot. See, that's some bullshit. Scare tactics. That don't scare me. Cause sometimes Calvin was with the shit at times, and then he called me and I had to reprimand him. I'm talking about some, man, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know if you just slow, or you just have a failure comprehension. I said, no, bro, I ain't slow, dog. I just ain't got time to do it without dealing with people all that holler. You know, you first of all, you're not a drill instructor. You're not my father. You don't get paid to holler at people, and you don't get paid to insult people. And he said this one time, and I'm not gonna forget this. This is a direct quote, and this is a fact. He told us one time in his class that he said he ain't gonna let nobody take over his class with all this and that. He ain't got time for with all the jokes and all that. And he said, and I think the shot was it toward me, because he did mention one time, he said something about that. Yeah, one time I got an email from somebody that said that they didn't like the fact I insulted them and all this and that. And he said, well, for the record, and the person that sent the email to him was me. So he said, well, I'm just saying this, you feel I insulted you, hey, I don't care. He said, that's just, I just call it is, that's just how I am. But the way I look at it, Jimmy, is you don't get paid to insult a person. You get paid to instruct that person and work with the person. If you don't want to work with that person, hey, that's your job, not mine.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, he gonna fail me one time with the Airbus class, because he told my manager at the time, talking about some, I just don't think that Craig comprehends pretty well. I don't know if he comprehended going, dog, okay. First, and when I told him, I said, man, and when I told my manager at the time about his name, Terrence Hansborough, I told him about it at the time, I said, man, fuck him. I said, he's in no position to talk about somebody.
Yeah.
I said, I ain't never said, I said, and I asked him, I said, Terrence, do you get paid to insult somebody? He was like, no. He's like, no, I get paid to manage. It's okay. But let me ask you this. Is it in your pay grade to insult somebody? Is it in your professional mindset to insult someone? And he said, no. I said, okay. I said, well, that's expected from him. But he's a good dude. Like I said, Calvin's a good guy. I mean, but and from my understanding, he doesn't do the instructing anymore. I think he does something with the ramp, driving around the ramp now, I guess. But when he was an instructor, he would And he rubbed people the wrong way, man, and mainly me. You know, he insulted folks and shit like that, and you know that wasn't cool. And when he insulted me, I put it like this: that's not an accomplishment. That's that to his view. That's to him and others that was an accomplishment. To everybody that know me personally well, that's a fuck up. He had fucked up at that point.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I had some good ones. I had some bad ones. So, and Jimmy, like he said, he had some. He can't remember off the top of his bat, right off the bat. But like I said, from my experience, I think, and right now, I say a guy by the name of Cammy, he was the best one I had. And get Cammy and my the dude that when I took DG class, him, he was another guy. And he said, you would have passed for one thing if you had to do one thing. But I stacked something that wasn't incompatible. He said, because I was watching, he said, because you had it right. He said, but he said, then he was like, I mean, he said, when I saw you do this, oh shit. So he had failed me right then and there. And couldn't take another DG test for like another year. So I was trying to do it. I said, you know what, fuck it. So missed a little money though I was making while I was getting that training. So, but other than that, I mean, that answered Coco's question. And other than that, so Jimmy, you got any boxing news before I get ready to come clean about something here?
Oh, yeah. Congratulations to Alexander Usyk of the Ukraine. He defeated Murat Gassiev of the Russian Federation, what is now called the Russian Federation, formerly the USSR. He dominated him for 12 rounds and became the undisputed cruiserweight champion. Only two other men became the undisputed cruiserweight champion. The first being Evander Holyfield, and then the second is the late O'Neal Bell. So congratulations to him for fighting the best in the division. Because there was a lot of ducking going on in the cruiserweight division, and then to make matters worse, that division is not popping and dropping. So congratulate him for making that accomplishment. We need more undisputed champions in boxing. To get boxing back on track and get it back to where it once was. In other news, Jaime Mugia of Mexico, he put on a dominant performance last night on HBO. But I had a real problem with him. He was throwing a lot of looping and wild punches, and I'm like, dude, if you go up against a counter puncher, a real good counter puncher, your ass is gonna go to sleep because he had the right idea by throwing body punches, but the dude's technical skills on punching, it was like, dude, he was just throwing wild shit. Now, good thing was he was winning the rounds, but the bad thing is if you go up against Charlo, my boy out of Fifth Ward, you finna get knocked the fuck out. You finna go to sleep. Even Jared Hurd, I give him a chance. I give Jared Hurd a chance to knock him the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Because those punches was wild, and he's a good talented fighter, but I don't think he's ready for the elite level guys at 154. Uh, so it is what it is. In other news, the Olympic Committee up in the Tokyo, Japan, they're strongly talking about not having boxing in uh, in the 2020 Olympics. And I'm gonna go to the hold on, let me go to this article and read it real fast. Not gonna take too long on it, but take enough time on it. As soon as this thing goes, the boxing could still be axed from the Olympics. He said it remains concern of the governance of the management. The executive board report on the IABA situation highlighted with ongoing concerns and further information. According to the IOC, it has
Yeah.
been ethical, financial management. The IOC said last year they was extremely worried and preoccupied by the nomination of Uzbek businessman Gafar Rak- Rakhimov. These Russian names just keep be killing me. Over his presiding presidency, which is the pretty much the federation that resides over boxing. Because they determine who goes to the Olympics, who the world amateur championship boxing. But the IOC executive maintain his position and continue to supervise the financial contribution of the IOC and the IABA, the right to review
inclusion of boxing in the 2020 Olympics. The spokesman of the IOC said the situation will be further evaluated when they meet in Tokyo on November 30th and the November 2nd. So that's very interesting in itself. I hope they get that situated because I love to watch Olympic boxing. I love to watch the up and coming boxers as well. So that's pretty much all I have in terms of boxing news. So do your thing, brother.
Okay, and I'm getting ready to come clean about something here. Oh damn, excuse me, y'all. I apologize about that. And it's not what I was talking about with Jimmy JSmoove back in on July 4th, because that's gonna come in on a later show on his platform. Because if I put it on my platform, I'm gonna cuss on here. Every swinging dick and spread eagle gonna be going back telling about, oh, you hear what Craig said? No, this no. I'm going to come clean about something, man, because I've been in, ever since I moved to Memphis, and you know how people is, and Jimmy, we discuss how people from Memphis are, how they just can't help it. They, as Ric Flair say, they can't help it that they do this and do that. They can't help it. They cannot help the fact that when I first moved to Memphis, man, I was about 12, okay? Okay, I was 12 years old and I went to Hamilton Junior High. And my mom made the biggest fucking stink about that, like that was an accomplishment. But he in junior high, and that's what I looked at like, and but I used to wear, I wore some goggles and goggles. We used to wear some glasses and shit. They were pretty, it was pretty thick. Okay. I got tired of that I got tired of being labeled as Urkel by a lot of motherfuckers. And then, yeah, okay. And then this is a direct quote, and this is direct from me. I'm not gonna say the name. Craig went from being Steve Urkel to Stephon Urkel. Let me tell you something. The Family Matter series died 20 years ago. Okay. I've outgrown that shit. And right now, I'm getting sick and tired of being, that shit being brought up to me about Urkel this or that. Stop comparing me to that man. Stop comparing me to Urkel. I'm 40 years old. Yeah, I evolved my look. And then a part of me went like, okay, when I decided to ditch the glasses and wear contacts and decide to evolve my own wardrobe, meaning blue jeans and polo shirts, or blue jeans and design and t-shirts, plain Jane t-shirts, whether it's Nike or whatnot. I wasn't into the dude. I couldn't even fucking afford to buy me a damn Tommy Hilfiger shirt back in 1995, 96. I got laughed at one point where motherfucker, I ordered. Remember, let me see if you heard this name before. My mama got this catalog in the mail one time. Eddie Bauer.
Yeah, Eddie Bauer.
I ordered some shit from Eddie Bauer. 3 pairs of Dockers, some shoes, and some shirts, and then some casual dress t-shirts and a leather jacket. Okay, because my mom's had an account with Eddie Bauer. She never would let me wear the leather jacket because she felt talking about somebody see you in it, they're gonna steal it. And Pops is like, you bought it for the boy, let him wear it. Damn. I'm like, wasn't nobody gonna steal the jacket. So I wore the jacket one time. Everybody liked it. Talking about, oh, now you evolve your look. So we fast forward to now, man, and the same folks, they still have me under that label. I'm not a fucking label. Yeah, my middle initial is L. It stands for Leonard. It's Leonard. That's Leonerd. It doesn't spell Label. Okay, I'm telling people to stop putting me under that fucking Urkel label. I've outgrown that shit. You need to start outgrowing the shit. And if you haven't outgrown it, hey, I got a size 12 that can help. I mean, I love some of you. I still love some of you guys, but that Urkel label shit is dead. It's dead and gone. It's deader than disco.
Yeah, I agree.
And you know, and some folks, man, and then you know, yeah, I do have a few. I do have a few friends like what I got it, but some of them, they some of the queens, they fucking know better. Quit this shit. I'm telling you. I'm telling anybody listening to shit. Stop fucking referring to me as to give me that Stefan or the Stephen Urkel, Stefan or Carol label, and just refer to me as being Craig Smith. I decided to change my look on my fucking own. Okay, yeah, I matured through the years. Yeah, I did this and did that. You want to know why? Because I didn't think about at the age of 16 to 17 to getting some broad pregnant and not know what the fuck to do. Yeah, sure enough, when I turned 18 years old, I wanted to have I wanted to have a child and two children. You know, and the woman that I had in mind on that, you know, I'm not gonna say her name. There was two of them I had in mind for that department. Not saying their names. They decided to go and do some little fuck shit on their own or whatever, you know, selfish shit. And you know, really they paying the price. And I'm just gonna put it like on the internet. You know, Jimmy, I feel like this. If these same folks didn't fuck with me when I had a little nerdy look then, but then when I decided to evolve my look now, why all of a sudden now? Here's the real question. Why all of a sudden y'all gonna start fucking with me now when y'all did it back then? Yeah. You know, some of y'all need to grow up. I'm sick and tired of the label because hey, it's bad enough. I'm going through a lot of shit. You know, like I'm gonna say here, like a certain fuckboy who I talked about on your show back 3 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks ago now. All of a sudden, now decide he want to help me out get my fucking car fixed. You know, should have did that shit when I was trying to. And I'm gonna say this, motherfucker should have did that shit when I was trying to get it back here a week ago. And a partner of mine, big shout out to Chad Rogers, he told me, he said, man, if that was going on, dude, he said, man, I would have came by, picked your shit up, found out what the fuck was wrong, fixed that motherfucker plus some, and then we could have worked out the arrangements. But and when I told him, I didn't know if he was on the road at the time, because he liked to go on the road, pick up the cars and shit. Because he liked going to places like Florida. Like one time he said he had to make a drive to Gainesville, Florida, and he came on back. Had the car fixed, and had dude's car back right there on the day he needed, 2 days before he needed. You know, and I didn't know. So and see that big, like I said, big shout out to Ted Ross. That's a good dude, man. If I didn't know he could have did that for me, wouldn't have no problem. You know, because I wouldn't be going through the shit we're going through now. But I'm just saying this. I'm tired, you know. I'm gonna post this on Facebook. This is a question to everybody who all of a sudden want to start fuck with me now as opposed to back then. And the question is, why now? And I want all of you all to answer that shit because I've been thinking about this shit for the longest, and it's just something that, and it just burns my ass that I'm studying here, folks referring me, talking about, yeah, you went for a step. Okay, talk about some good shit that you, okay, let's not dwell on the past about this shit. Talk about what's going on with me fucking present. But that's my question to everybody that known me for so long, who I went to Hamilton with and who I went to Southside with.
Yeah.
Why in the fuck right now? And I wanna answer. I don't want no excuses. I want a valid, straight up answer. So I get some clothes on this shit because sometimes I get tired of all this shit. Like one guy talking about, damn, Craig, you keep it 100, man. So I ain't never know. I said, well, that your problem is you never got a chance to know, but you had a chance to knock me. And you know, dude felt bad for this shit. He was like, yeah, you're right, you know. But you know, some of the ones that went to school with me, man, they still be with the shit. You know, you're not in fucking high school no more. You ain't on the game show. You know, you're not on no fucking game show. This ain't The Price is Right. This ain't Let's Make a Deal. Cause half of these motherfuckers, they act like gong show characters, man.
Yeah. So
I mean, and to the ones that know me in a short time, like yourself, big shout out to Adrian Williams, Robert Fleming, Brittany Smith, and a few other people, Greg Parker and everybody else, a few people that know me in a short, and it's bad. The people that know me in a short amount of time know more about me than the motherfuckers that know me long.
Yeah.
That's sad. So that's my challenge to you. That's my challenge to some of you pick to the folks that who I went to Hamilton with and went to Southside with. Answer that question for me. Why all of a sudden now y'all want to start fucking me then when y'all didn't want to fuck with me back then? You know, and I even told, one time I told my pastor, I said, dude, don't tell you want to be bothered with me was when you wanted something. That's it. And sometimes that's how I still feel. People, you know, people always want me to do this and that, but I can't get, you know, like with, I'm not gonna say no names, like certain women who I dealt with in the past. Yeah, they were fun to be with, but when it came to you know, to what I wanted, they couldn't give it to me. But then we split up, and some little hack ass from the street or whatever that made his career down at 201 or out there in Bartlett.
Yeah.
You know, now that's the women's jail in Bartlett. My bad. Who made his career out of 201? They'll get him time sex. They'll get him what they fucking want, and then they suffering this shit. So that's my question to everybody. Why not? I'm not trying to hurt no feelings. I just want to know. Why now? So
yeah. Totally agree, brother.
Yep, but other than that, man, I was taking a swig of some Kool-Aid. Yeah, Kool-Aid. I'm not up drinking this morning. But well, it's afternoon now. So but other than that, man, other than this show, you got anything you want to add or?
Man, nothing else, man. I'm good show, man. Good to be back again, man. So it is what it is. Yeah, man. So
Oh
man,
yeah.
y'all come check my boy out, Craig, man. We got to get this subscribers numbers up, man, for Craig, man. Y'all
Maybe
listen
I
to the
need,
show, man.
you know,
Get it up, man.
Yeah, maybe I need to probably change my category where I be having my shit at for people and blogs. You have your shit in entertainment. I know your subscribers going up, so maybe I need to change my shit to probably next Sunday. Probably put it in the entertainment category. Ain't no telling, but I've been looking on my Google Plus page, man, and I've been having a couple folks that follow me on Google Plus. They be viewing some of the shit on there. I've been getting several likes and stuff on it. So, but other than that, you know, I think everybody, you know, the viewer participation, the viewer questions and stuff like that. And I'm gonna put a disclaimer on that. You know, our answers are solely based on the opinions of Jimmy JSmoove and myself. We weren't attacking anyone. We did say good things about people. We also bring out some negative traits. And if we have offended anybody in any way, shape, or form, I can be reached at, let me speak closer. I can be reached at craigsmith1478 @gmail.com. Jimmy JSmoove can be reached at, I think it's either James McWright or Jimmy McWright @gmail.com. Am I right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, and Jimmy JSmoove can be reached at jimmymcwright@gmail.com. If you have any questions or concerns about the show or the opinions, or if you're on Facebook, Jimmy JSmoove can be reached at his Facebook page at Jimmy JSmoove. I can be reached at Craig L. Smith II. We will not, and we will warn you. We don't want to find out, and I know Jimmy in particular, because I'm gonna tell you about Jimmy after I say what I gotta say. We don't want to find out that you had a problem with what we said on my podcast through somebody else, and then we go to look on your page or something. You either have us blocked or you unfriended us. See, that's called cowardice. That's called throwing the rock behind your hand. Because I know for one, because if you attack me, if you come with, if your problems with me privately, that's fine. I will go in the back and forth with you on the message or text or whatever. But if you decide to go the route to attack me on Facebook, I will abuse you. I will abuse you on that shit. If you decide to attack Jimmy McWright on Facebook, Jimmy will abuse your ass so fucking hard you're gonna wish you had a sex change on the day you said it, on the day you were conceived.
Yeah, buddy.
That's how brutal Jimmy JSmoove is. See, Jimmy ain't as nice as I am. But however, if you do go a step further with me, I will air out dirty laundry about your ass too. No shame in my game about it. I'll air out some dirty laundry on your ass before you have some on me. I'm well aware of my dirty laundry. You know, it ain't public. It ain't going to be. I know more about my faults than some motherfuckers do. But believe me, I have shit on folks, memory, everything. That's what I said. It's called eidetic memory. That's EID. If I spell it right, EIDT. If I spell it EID, it's something eidetic memory. You can look it up. That's an actual memory. I have total recall of everything that was done and said and what events would happen.
Yeah.
I remember events of what happened to me when I was a child, man. I can tell that story. So, so I'm just be advised, hey, do it, have some form of tact, and come at me, email us. Me, Craig Smith 1478 gmail.com. For Jimmy, it's Jimmy McWright at gmail.com. And you can hit us up on Facebook Messenger. Do not slick or subtly attack us on fucking Facebook, because if we fucking find out about it and we look at it, you all of a sudden delete the post, we're gonna fucking attack your ass. So take heed, because I'm gonna share this on Facebook. Just giving people fair warning. But other than that, episode 19, probably get ready. We're gonna be getting geared for the return of college football. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it going early, man. We're probably gonna find a college preview issue. Hopefully, Sport News will have one update. Well, they probably got the preliminary out by now. I'll probably pick up a Sport News college football preview issue, and Jimmy and I are gonna talk about who's our picks, who may win, who may not win it. And I'm gonna put Jimmy JSmoove on the spot on the college football thing. Gonna ask him what team, let alone what coach he despises. Because I know it's one that he really despises. I'm not gonna spoil it on today, but we gonna let him tell that on next week's episode. So
Most down.
All right. But until then, y'all, I'm gonna go catch me and see if the new episode of Power is up on demand. I'm gonna go watch me some Power. Until then, thank my boy Jimmy JSmoove, who born and raised 901, representing 832. Y'all know how he do. I'm Craig L. Smith II, born and raised 773, Chicago bred, baby. Relocated to 901 and suffering and dealing with phony ass people here in the 256. Signing off. Next week, college football. All about college football, baby. Until then, holla at your boy.
All right. Peace out.